Hey Arty, Jasmine and Autumn. We finished Frindle the other day, or last night or whatever, and I still got a Falcon to read. Last time I colored in the Unicorn book. I think if I get to coloring, I'm going to maybe color in a Star Wars one today. If I get there. So then I'm going to read from the 1,200 words that you should know to sound smart. I'm going to teach Jasmine some words to spell from the letter D. She already knows Dad, but I'm going to do Dad anyways. And everything, because I think that's her favorite D word. And then I get something really cool that I'm going to surprise Arty with at the end of the video that we found last night. So, let's see, it's anachronism, spelled A-N-A-C-H-R-O-N-I-S-M. It's a noun. It's a person, place, thing, or idea whose time has passed and that seems to belong to an earlier age. He has 3 record players, and the fact that he doesn't even know what an MP3 is make Jim something of an anachronism. Analogous, spelled A-N-A-L-O-G-O-U-S. Adjective, similar or comparable in some respects. Nikki tried to argue that attending public school in Manhattan was analogous to attending the prestigious boarding school in the country, but her argument was weak and her grandmother wasn't buying it. Anathema, spelled A-N-A-T-H-E-M-A. It's a noun. Something so distasteful to you, so alien and foreign to you, to your understanding, that you find it sickening and repellent, as if you were allergic to it. Religious services were an anathema to Russ, what with him being a dedicated atheist and all. Androcentrism, spelled A-N-D-R-O-C-N-T-R-I-S-M, is a noun, an outlook that emphasizes a masculine point of view. Larry, Joan warned, that androcentrism may be all the rage in the locker room, but you'd better leave it out of our bedroom if you know what sounds good for you, or what's good for you. Let's see. Infractuous. A-N-F-A-F-R-A-C-T-U-A. Let me say it again. A-N-F-R-A-C-T-U-O-U-S. Adjective. Full of windings and intricacies, like a good mystery novel. The novel's infractuous plot worked on paper, but it became stupefyingly confusing, actually just plain stupid on screen. Animadversion, A-N-I-M-A-D-V-E-R-S-I-O-N, is a noun. Very harsh criticism that suggests disapproval of what is being criticized. My boss's frequent animadversions have led to high staff turnover. And last one but not least, anomaly. A-N-O-M-A-L-Y is a noun. An exception to the norm, something different and unexpected that logically should not exist. After 1,000 meters of his broken field walking, Mitsuno came upon an anomaly, a patch of sand perhaps 10 meters square. That's from Fred Pohl and Thomas, American science fiction authors. Okay, so those are some words from the 1,200 words you should know to sound smart. And I'm going to do the words for Jasmine with the letter D. And if Autumn wants to join in, she can. Let's see. So we got lowercase d and capital D, and we're going to go D, A, D, and then the capital versions, capital D, capital A, capital D. And I don't know, there we go. I got a cool filter on, I don't know if you can tell or not, but I'm kind of glowing. Let's see, day, D-A-Y, capital version is D, capital A, capital Y. And then we've got did, capital D-I-D, capital version, capital D, capital I, capital D. do capital D, lowercase o, capital version of capital D, capital O. And last but not least, we have dog. Capital D, lowercase o, lowercase g, and the capital version is capital D, capital O, capital G. Alright, and as always, put the cover back on the marker and clean the board so we can use it next time. Alright, so we're going to read a chapter from Falcon. So I think we're on chapter 5. Picture of some rocks and it says vibranium. Avengers, assemble! Shouted Falcon as he, Black Widow, Hawkeye, Quicksilver, the Scarlet Witch, and Vision gathered in front of Horizon Labs. He's always wanted to be the one to shout that famous Avengers catchphrase, but under these circumstances, it just wasn't as cool as he'd hoped it would be. Scans are useless, reported Vision as he attempted to use his enhanced eyesight to see inside the building. There's something blocking me. Well, I guess we know where they went, said Hawkeye, checking out a massive breach inside of the building. That's not how they're going to come out, shouted Quicksilver as he slipped toward the building at super speed. Quicksilver, wait! Falcon shouted at the fleet-footed Avenger, but it was too late. Moving at almost the speed of sound, Quicksilver was already inside the building. Doesn't your brother know not to run off on his own during a team mission? Black Widow demanded of the Scarlet Witch. If he were a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent, he'd be brought up on charges for taking off like that while under orders. Don't start quoting S.H.I.E.L.D. regulations to me, the Scarlet Witch said, bristling. When we grew up, there were no rules of engagement. There was only survival. Black Widow took a step toward Scarlet Witch, but before she could argue, Falcon stepped between the two. Avengers, stop focusing on each other. The real enemy is inside, and he's not. Before Falcon could finish, there was a loud crash followed by Quicksilver's body flying through one of the lab's front windows and landing hard on the pavement at their feet. Pedro, are you okay? Shouted Scarlet Witch as she dropped to her brother's side. He is okay, but unconscious, reported Vision, scanning Quicksilver's body. Suddenly, a hail of laser fire from inside the building sprayed around the Avengers, causing all the heroes to scatter and dive for cover. Out of the building burst a half-dozen identical Ultron units, robot soldiers that Ultron controlled and operated by remote. Ah, humanity's so-called heroes. How pathetic, laughed Ultron, as he emerged from the building behind his troops. With him were a few more units, all carrying boxes marked vibranium. Ultron continued his rant. Don't you know by now that humanity is long since outdated? An update is coming. As soon as Falcon saw the box of vibranium, he realized Ultron's plan. Vibranium was an extremely rare metal found in the African nation of Wakanda. Cap's shield was mostly made out of vibranium because the metal is able to absorb any vibrations or energy directed at it. If Ultron managed to coat his robot army with the skin of this rare metal, it would be practically indestructible. Nothing could stop it from marching across the face of the country and eventually the world. Avengers, we can't let Ultron get away with those boxes, shouted Falcon to the others. Time to get on the defensive. Following Falcon's lead, the Avengers bounced into action. Widow bounced and leapt, getting behind the line of Ultron units, and unleashed intense fire from her wrist-mounted stinger weapons. Nearby, Hawkeye fired off a series of trick arrows, explosive arrows, net arrows, oil slick arrows, throwing everything he had at the robots. At the same time, Vision confronted one of the troops wrestling it and blasting it with his eye blast. Falcon took to the air, swooping in and firing from above. His maneuvers drew the attention of a few of the troops, letting the Scarlet Witch get close to Ultron unchallenged, where she loosed magical fire that burst around the maniacal villain. And let's see, another really big. Okay. I think we got this, Falcon thought, watching his team take down the bad guys and realizing that Cap would be proud of their performance. But seconds later, everything went wrong. Hawkeye, having just brought down 2 of Ultron's robot troops, turned and fired an ice arrow at Ultron. At the same moment, one of the Scarlet Witch's beams blasted across the field of fire, bouncing Hawkeye's arrow back toward him. Seeing this, Widow jumped forward, attempted to shoot the arrow, as Skyven had said she fired too soon and hit the Scarlet Witch. Scarlet Witch shouted in pain and fell on the ground. Vision broke off from his fight to run to the Scarlet Witch's side. At that moment, Hawkeye's ricocheting arrow came right at him and popped, covering him with an instant freeze fluid that encased him in a shell of ice. "Excellent," shouted Ultron as he grabbed the frozen Hawkeye and lifted him up. "You bumbling excuses for Avengers do my work for me. This Avenger is an added prize that I didn't expect to win. Thank you all." Ultron and the robot units carrying the vibranium suddenly blasted into the sky with boot jets. Falcon tried to fly after them, but there were too many units firing at him, and he was forced to break off the chase. Within seconds, Ultron was gone, and he had both a cache of indestructible metal and one of their teammates with him. So. Hawkeye. And that's chapter 6. So we're going to end there. Let's see. Yes. I'll do this. Just go. And I think, alright, so. So, I'm going to color Chewbacca. brown part of his belt thing, his ammunition belt gun. Let's see. Oh, no. His. Hopefully this is nice color. Let's see. Nope, that's more red. Okay. So, try out our fire. Put the pack. Put this brown out. See what happens. So I guess I'm going to go with this one. Outlining it right now. So this is going to be a little experiment right here, because he has, if I can pull this off, he has like a goldenish kind of mane around his face. This color to it. And we've got darker. So this is what I got so far. Let's pick up on the camera. Oh, there we go. There's that. And colors on item. So I'm going to leave it off there, and I'm going to finish it another time. That. And as always, hope you guys are being good for your mom and going to bed on time. And Arty is being a good example for her sisters. And I told you about a surprise at the end of the video. So, Kings in the Corner official card game. Cool about it is, it's got Kings in the Corner cards, chips, cool stand. Put it in, I can't wait to play it with you guys. So, and I wish you could see Arty's expression when he found out about it. But yeah, I love you guys, and I miss you, and can't wait to see you again. And good night. Love you.